a person will raise his hand up in the air and say, Ya Rab, Ya Rab, Ya Rab, Ya Rab, and he's making a lot of dua. And then Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam says, but he's earning from haram, مطعمه من haram. His food's from haram, his clothes from haram, his water from haram. أَنَّا يُسْتَجَابُ لَهُ. How is he expecting Allah to answer his dua? I advise my brother, I call upon you, trust Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Trust that Allah will provide for you. Do you think, to that extent that you think Allah will not provide for you if you leave what He made haram for you? He will not provide for you? You think that the only way Allah will provide for you if you sell the thing which He made haram? Come on. This is somehow, somewhat, and I say this with respect and with love, a twisted understanding of who Allah is. And we got to reform that. We got to fix that. So I ask you, my brother, to look at your wife. May Allah bless her. She is concerned. It's not because she want to give you a hard time. We know that an average wife would love to just make sure that your bucket is filled so she can go shopping without. But she want to make sure. Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam mentioned that whoever guarantees for me two things, what is between his two jaws and what is between his two thighs, I will guarantee for him Jannah or her Jannah. Of course, a lot of the scholars, once it comes to what is between the two jaws, we know it comes between, what did he mean by the two thighs is the private part, committing adultery. But what he meant by the two jaws, a lot of the scholars, they always focus on the tongue. Speaking, but actually what comes between two jaws is your throat, what you bring down your throat. Is it halal or haram? You eating from halal or from haram? That also goes. So if you make sure that you do not eat from haram and you eat from halal, Allah will guarantee for you Jannah. I hope this helps. Jazakallahu khairan. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
Wa alaikum salam. Jazakallahu khairan.
Wa iyaakum. Okay, let me see here. We have a question from Facebook. My question is about education. We all know interest is not permitted. We all know education is obligatory. Here in the US, we cannot afford education beyond high school unless we get financial aid from the government. The government charge, is it? Oh, well, the question is about student loans. It is not permissible. It is usury. It is haram. What I advise you, my dear students, Muslim students, go to school, work at the same time. Pay for your school as you go. You see, the other end of this is not really fun too. That you go and get all these loans and then you graduate and you're already in the system. You're already enslaved. You have $50,000, $60,000 loans you have to pay off. You're in the system, you're established, you're enslaved basically. That's the new form of slavery, I'm telling you, my dear young Muslim student. This is the new form of slavery, credit cards, interest, paying usury. Here you are, you graduate from school, and then you find yourself already in the system. I'd rather be free, take one course, pay for it, work, and done. And Allah will provide. That's what I would advise. But for me to tell you, go ahead and get student loans, provided that you live in America and it is expensive, and there is no ground for me to do that. It's usury. It's like mortgage. It's like any other form. It is not permissible to use. We still have how many minutes? 1 minute. Let me see here if I can answer some questions quickly. Thank you in advance for answering my question. Is it permissible for cousin male and female to pray together in one room by themselves? No, it is not permissible. My dear question, my dear Limi Sharif, I don't know if this is a male or female, cousins in Islam are non-maharim, even if many of people are present in the room but not praying with the cousins. I would not recommend it. You see, the question somehow changed now. If there are people around and they are apart, but it's far better if they pray separately. Okay, we have Brother Mujahid come and, okay, let me see that. He wants me to look into petitions. I don't have time to look into that, Mujahid. Assalamu alaikum, brother. Maybe I'll do that later, so inshallah. My name is Megini. I'm from Omaha, Nebraska. My mom wants to work at Sam's Club, and people say the food there haram, but it doesn't. But she doesn't speak English. If this is the only job available for her and she has to do it, it is permissible. We say to her that. But of course, she always have to look for something far better. Okay, is it permissible? I think we're done. I was told that we're done. Okay, dear viewers, I love you all for the sake of Allah. It was fun again. We're back. I was able to go through my jet lag, and alhamdulillah, I did okay. And I look forward to addressing you again on Thursday. I believe we will go at 5 o'clock. I'm looking here, 5 o'clock would be the time. I don't know, we'll check and see if we had people voting for this. But please go to Facebook and vote for this, inshallah. Maybe we even could change the days for the show. Maybe we can do Monday and Wednesday, maybe. We'll see how it goes, inshallah. We'll see how it goes. But definitely we'll update you. Dear viewers, I want to say Jazakumullahu khairan for calling. I love you all for the sake of Allah. Till our next show. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Is it recorded? It's going to be